Well, good late evening here, folks. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Wanted to bring you just a very quick forecast update here while I've had a chance. Haven't been able to be on in the weather world much this weekend due to a funeral, but back at it and sort of looking things over tonight. I've had snow in the forecast for this coming Wednesday for a few days now, but we're starting to get a clearer picture now of what that's going to be, and it looks like it may be accumulating snow at this point. So I wanted to just go ahead and get a quick video out. Many of you may be watching this tomorrow morning, and that's perfectly fine. I'll have a longer form video out hopefully tomorrow afternoon if I can get the chance for that. But just a 4 or 5 minute update here for you. This is what's going on for Sunday. Not a whole lot of action. We may see a few flurries. That's probably going to be it. It doesn't even. I don't even think we're going to see a light coating for most people like we had originally thought. Now, the energy is just sort of dying down, and you can see that here on the GFS model here. This is the latest run. This is what began at 7 p.m. tonight. It's 11:27 now. Still processing. Only 174 hours of it processed. But there's that wave moving down, and you see a little bit of snow. But as it gets over us, sort of watch how it just sort of fizzles out as it gets over us. It's just not a big accumulating event for us. That said, we could see a few flurries tomorrow, but that's probably going to be about it. Bigger story comes in Wednesday, and of course, the difference with this one will be is cold air is already going to be here locked in place. Unlike some of the other snows that we have had where we have struggled to get the cold air on the backside of the system, this won't start out at rain. This would start out as snow. The cold air is already going to be firmly in place. Let me show you that. By the way, remember the first blue line here, the first blue dashed line we call the 540 thickness line? That's the rain snow changeover line. Look how far south of this is. Cold air is just going to be firmly locked in place. In fact, let me just show you temperature wise before we even get into that. Here's where we're going to be at. All right. So we go through the evening hours, and by tomorrow morning, as you wake up, we've gone down to the low 20s around the area. Not much of a rebound for tomorrow afternoon. Might only make it up to about 27 or so around the area. It's going to be a very cold day. And then as you go through the afternoon hours, we're going to quickly fall down. And notice by the time we come into the dark time, we're already down into the teens, about 19, 18 degrees, maybe even closer to 23 here. And you got that heat island effect around Louisville, but you're down to 12 already in Indy. So you get the point. It's very cold air that's going to be crashing in here, and that's going to continue to crash in overnight. By the time you wake up Monday morning, you're looking at some pretty bitterly cold temperatures. Single digits around the area, 6 or 7, maybe 8 degrees, even 4 up around the Bloomington area, 2 in Indy. So there's some very cold air coming on the way. That's going to stick around for a few days. In fact, we're not going to just really rebound all that much on Monday. As you take a look at this, the data says maybe 15, 16 degrees for a high on Monday for your Martin Luther King holiday. That's going to be bitterly cold air around, and we'll rebound a little bit more after that. But it's going to be another cold night Monday night as well as you go down Monday night into early Tuesday morning. The high-res NAM taking us down to near single digits again. So again, it's going to be 2 very cold nights coming up. When you get into the day on Tuesday, we'll rebound into the 20s again. But again, you've got firm cold air already locked in place. So that now here's what happens when you get this system locked in. Notice this system as it starts to dive down in here. And here we are, 0Z Wednesday. Now, 0Z is 7 p.m. The day before, so that is 7 p.m. on Tuesday. There's your accumulating snow already coming in here. It's not at us yet. High pressure retreating off to the east. We've still got that firmly locked in place cold air, and watch what happens. Now this low pressure is forming. It's kind of on the bottom end of a upper level disturbance that's moving through. There the accumulating snow starts to come in. Here we are on by 12Z Wednesday. This is 7 a.m. Wednesday. You've got that accumulating snow coming in. It's snowing during the daytime. Again, and you're well south, that freezing line pretty well. Way far to the south, it's an all snow event for us, and then it is pretty much gone after that. Well, how much snow could we end up expecting? Depends on the models. The 0Z GFS, what we're looking at on this model right now says maybe even up to 4 inches around the area. 2.4 Indy, 3.4 up there around the Washington area, 3.9 Evansville, 2.0 there in the Louisville area, 2.9 up near Cincy. So you get the idea, a general 2 to 4 inch swath around the area if this is right. Now the GGM, the Canadian model, the 0Z is still processing. It's not fully come in as I'm recording this, but here was the morning run, and you can see, well, the morning run had accumulating snow for us as well. Even the Euro from this morning had some accumulating snow. It's a general 2 to 3 inch swath around the area. Bear in mind, though, that this particular snow map here is not based on the same ratios. These are what we call the Kuchera derived ratios, and that takes into account the fact that you've got colder air than normal, so it's not just a normal 10 to 1. So these are pretty accurate totals, whereas this is based purely on a 10 to 1 ratio from what the snow would be. A lot as you go further to the north, it won't be a 10 to 1. It'll be a little bit more fluffier than that. So, these could go up a little bit. So this is a good, probably 2 to 3 inch snow area wide once you up the ratios as well. So all three major models that see out this far do see some accumulating snow. Don't focus on the total so much yet. Right now it looks like a 2 to 4 inch swath, maybe a little bit more. It could be possible out of this, but we'll fine tune those details as we get a little bit closer. Just focus on the fact that all of them have some accumulation. So if you got travel plans for Wednesday, it's going to be a pretty nasty day to travel out. Keep that in mind. And by the way, we're not done with that as well. As we go in through the day on Thursday, we got this system that's starting to move in, and it starts to, the GFS indicates that maybe it starts as a little bit of rain. We'll see if we get a good snowpack. I'll bet you it probably doesn't. And then it comes through, and we have another accumulating snow event according to this for Friday. So again, how far that, is this one going to be accurate? Well, you've got to see how much snowpack you've got to lay down first, because as you lay down one, well, that affects the other, and you've got to get that. This one being in this exact placement is depending on the other one being right first. So I wouldn't count on it just yet, but it's a pretty good chance that we could see something later in. By the way, the Euro has this much further to the south, so there's discrepancies about that one, but the chance is certainly there. An active weather period coming up. Just keep it tuned right here to Southern Indiana weather as we go throughout the week, folk, because it looks like we've got a couple of chances at accumulating snow this week. That, of course, could be very disruptive to our normal weekday plans. So just keep it tuned right here, and we'll keep you up to date. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. That's your quick update for tonight. I'll have another longer update with kind of the pattern and everything at hand, hopefully tomorrow afternoon. Take care and stay tuned.